In this video, we will demonstrate how to add and manage service authorizations. I'm logged in again as my test case management agency, Perfect Peace. And we're going to look at a couple things here, how to create service authorization requests and how to review them. So I'm going to go ahead and search for a person by using this link right here. And when I click search, I can just simply click search and look at my entire caseload. Or I can search for a particular person using any number of characters here. First, we're going to go ahead and put in some new service auths. So I found my person. And from this section here on the main page, we'll see a service authorizations accordion and a service authorization summary. We'll go ahead and expand this and click add service authorization. So for this person, I'm going to start by making a request for case management. Now, if you'll notice up here, the HCPC eligibility period is from 5/1 to 5/1. I'm only able to put in dates here that are part of that eligibility period. So I'm going to start this service auth on 5/1 of 2003 and end it on 4/30 of 2024. Now that I've entered the dates, I can come down here and enter the frequency. In case management, we'll be doing 1 time per month. I could also put in 12 times per service period if I wanted to, but I'm going to let the system calculate. So we'll be doing once per month. Here I can pick the provider. You can use this field as a type ahead, and it will come to the provider you're looking for. For a provider to show up in this dropdown, they have to have indicated that the specialty code is case management. So depending on the type of service I enter here, I'm only going to get providers who provide that specialty. And furthermore, they need to be active within the dates of my service auth. If this provider stopped providing day services, somewhere within the midst of this, I wouldn't be able to select them. So we're picking Perfect Peace, which is me. So I'm requesting my own service auth once per month for the duration of the service auth period. It will save as a draft. And here I can click save. You'll also notice at the bottom that it is calculating out the units and the total value of the service auth. So I'm going to save that one. Now I can see it here as a draft, and we'll add a couple more. This person is going to receive community support. We'll do the same period. Some of the services will require an equipment type. If you choose an EMOD, if you choose individual goods and services, or community integration will require that you put some kind of equipment type in here. Based on the service that I've selected, it also gives me the category that's part of, the unit type, so I know it's a quarter-hour unit, and the rate for that quarter-hour unit. For community support, we're going to put in how many units, let's say 12. This is going to give me 3 hours per day. And when I pick day, it asks me how many days per week. So we'll say 5. The weeks per year will calculate based on the number of weeks in the service period. So it will automatically go 5 days a week for 52 weeks. Again, here, it will only give me providers that can provide that service. So they're going to have till. And again, at the bottom, it calculates the total units in dollars for the service auth. This last one we'll do is residential, and I'll put in an individually priced service. If the service level you pick is individually priced, you'll see that the rate field here is enabled. So again, I'll put in my dates. And then I can put in the rate for his residential. And then that he'll be receiving it once per day, 7 days a week. And now my provider here, I can pick local farmsteads. All right, and then you'll see on the bottom here, it's calculating that day service. This 366 is because we have a leap year coming up, but typically it would be 365. All right, so now I have his 3 services here, and I can see they're all in a status of draft. Under the service authorization summary, it will show me that I've got $301,000 for him in a pending status. It's pending because I've got the requests in, but BDS hasn't approved them yet. When I'm ready to submit to BDS, you can pick and choose which ones you submit, or you can click this checkbox and submit them all at once. Before I do that, I'm going to hop back to the dashboard. On the dashboard here, you can see that I have these 3 drafts. I can click that and come back and see who's in the draft status. And from here, I can go to the particular service authorization. And if I hit cancel from here, it'll take me back to the individual's main record. Now from here, I'm going to go into that service auth section, select all of them, and click submit to BDS. Now, at this moment on BDS's dashboard, they'll see that they have these service authorizations ready to be reviewed. On your dashboard, you can see that BDS review is pending. And if I click on that, it will give me a list of those services. If I click into them, I can see a new date has been added. So it shows that I submitted this to them on June 2nd. Since it's BDS review pending, the only thing I'm able to do with this record is withdraw it. So if it turns out that I need to request something else or they're not requesting this, I can come in and choose withdrawn and save it, and that will pull this record out. Now I'm going to go ahead and show someone that has already had theirs accepted. Excuse me a moment. Sorry about that. So in Roger's record here, I can click on the service authorizations, and I can see that his service authorizations are pending BDS review. If I go to service authorization summary, again, I can see that they're pending. I'm going to go and search for someone else. Apologize. Tom Cheney has had his service authorization submitted and approved by BDS. When that has happened, you'll see them showing up here with the status of approved. We can click on this book icon and see the history of the service authorization. I can click the paper icon here and go in and take a look at the details. Now here I can see I submitted it on this date and the date that it was approved, if BDS had any comments. And once it's sent to MMIS, you'll see the service auth number here. The service authorization summary will now show that these are approved. If only some were approved and some weren't, we would see that variance here. Once a service authorization has been approved, there's nothing that I can do with it. If it needs to be voided or withdrawn, BDS will need to take that action. Now let me talk a bit about this interface with MMIS. When you enter service authorizations here in New Hampshire Easy and BDS approves them, they'll be sent over to MMIS in an overnight batch. So BDS has approved it, but it was only approved today, and I don't have an MMIS number yet. Tonight, all of these files that have been approved will be sent over. MMIS will provide the service auth number. And then tomorrow when I come in, I'll be able to see that number here. We also have a section here that shows paid dollars in units. We will be receiving claims information from MMIS. We won't have the specifics of each claim for you to research here, but you would be able to see how many units have been used and how much is left. So this is a good way for you to manage the utilization. You can search for service management records in total by going to the search screen and choosing a search type of service authorizations. This will give you a list of all of the service auths for your agency, and it will show you the status. You can also search by provider. So for example, if you want to see who of your individuals are being served by farmsteads, you can put them in here, and that will filter this list. You can look by service. If there was one, let me find one. You can use your keyboard to go through this list of services as well. So you can see how many people have that particular service. If you want it to be a bit more general, you could see how many of your people are receiving residential services at all. In order to clear information out of my search, I can click clear all, and that will reset it to empty. You can also use status. Say you want to look at all the statuses that are waiting for BDS approval or review. This single search screen can be used to search for people, your case management statuses, or service authorizations. From the dashboard, you can also submit a document if you chose to by clicking Upload Document, searching for your individual, and then choose Document Upload. All right, and that's how we handle the service authorizations.